Today I'm here to give a presentation on robotic process automation, which is simply called as RPA. So let us see the contents which are included in this presentation today. The contents which are included in this presentation are: what is RPA, how does RPA work, benefits of RPA, applications of RPA, types of RPA tools, RPA developers, future of RPA, disadvantages and advantages of RPA, and the conclusion. Now let us see what is our robotic process automation is. What is robotic process automation? Simply, robotic process automation (RPA) means using the software robots that can emulate digital desktop work that people do. They by no means anything like the shiny metal robots you might imagine. You can find a lot of RPA use cases daily in a wide range of routine operations. For instance, copy-paste activities can be automated using robotic process automation, such as scraping data and entering it into Excel spreadsheets or filling out forms. But technically, RPA is a pre-configured software instance that uses business logic and predefined activity choreography to complete the autonomous execution of a combination of processes, activities, transactions, and tasks in one or more unrelated software systems to deliver a result or a service with human exception management. Yes, it is quite complicated. So let's explore this automation term and unscramble it. Break down the definition of RPA by its key phrases. Pre-configured software comes out of box with built-in functionality that doesn't require coding to enable, but can be customized to a degree. A typical example is Microsoft Excel. Business logic. Business logic serves a buzzword to refer to all the algorithms and code needed to make a piece of software work with a company's customers and servers. Predefined activity choreography. Sound quite poetic, doesn't it? This term includes a sequence of steps taken to complete actions across systems and applications. This activity can cover simple tasks such as updating reports or more complex ones, for example, balancing taxes on inaccurate invoices. Once the needed execution steps are specified, the activity is predefined. Next, autonomous execution. Autonomous execution means completion of tasks is done by software bots independently. Once the rules are predefined, the processes are carried out automatically. One or more unrelated software systems. Robotic process automation tools use front-end applications similar to the way that people do. So they interact with everything a person would. For instance, SAP, Internet Explorer, Outlook, Oracle, etc. Human exception management. Sometimes employees are involved in the processes automated with RPA tools and tasks with resolving unpredicted events or performing cognitive actions. This include a wide range of actions, for a small request for input data to a full stepping in where a person handles the whole process. Okay, so this was about the key phrases in the RPA definition. Robotic process automation. RPA is a new age technological marvel that is utilized by enterprises to automate day-to-day manual tasks and processes. The manual tasks include such as data extraction, invoice processing portal queries and prices, maintaining customer data, validating files, and many more. Now, performing these tasks without the automation could be quite tedious. So, the solution to this problem is RPA. These bots can either just follow the rules developed by the user or can also use machine learning capabilities to suggest the user with recommendation and generate meaningful results. Next, how does RPA work? Robotic process automation will work with your existing applications and carry out structured processes automatically. RPA does the task just like the employees do it and can automate various variety of operations that include invoice processing, report generation, and employee onboarding very effectively, quickly with errors and fully automatically. Below is given the RPA working process. Just have a look at it once. Next, let's check how works can be automated with RPA. Here are some of the work descriptions which can be automated via RPA, such as open invoice email from the supplier and print it for records, enter PO to retrieve invoices, key invoice data and amount, and many more. Next, benefits of RPA. Accurate, less prone to errors and functions with accuracy and uniformity. Productivity rate, execution time much faster than manual process approach. Compliance, follows rules to provide audit-free trial. Consistent, repetitive tasks are performed in the same manner each time. Reduce burden on IT. Does not disturb underlying legacy systems. Reliability, bots can work 24/7 effectively. Cost-cutting technology reduces the size of the manual workforce and hence reduces costs. No coding required. Programming skills are not necessary. Next, applications of RPA. RPA can also be used to automate humongous amount of tasks in fields such as customer service, accounting, financial service, healthcare, human resources, and supply chain management. Next, types of RPA. RPA automation tools come in three modes. Assisted modes come with specific benefits and limitations. That's why it's important that you determine which one meets your needs best before deploying your RPA build solution. Next, types of RPA tools. All the RPA tools can be segregated into three different types that are built as an extension of the previous generation of bots. First one, programmable RPA bots interact with other systems based on client's requirement. Self-learning bots analyze human actions and perform on various platforms. Third one, cognitive or intellectual automation bots. Self-learning bots which can handle unstructured data and make decisions based on complex unstructured input. Next, RPA tools. How do you think RPA is applied in these industries? As in the world of RPA, physical robots do not work. Well, the RPA is applied in the industries using enormous tools it has on a day-to-day basis. Here are some of the tools such as Blue Prism, UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Pega, and many more. These tools prospect in the market because of the user interface, vendor experience, and maintenance and support, and so on. To select the right tool, consider the checklist here, which includes technology, scalability, security, total cost of ownership, ease of use and control, vendor experience, maintenance and support, and quick deployment. Next, how to navigate the RPA tools landscape. The landscape of robotic process automation has grown considerably in recent years. There are dozens of RPA tools available, each having different strengths and weaknesses. However, the abundance of tools create a challenge. The more you dive into various RPA tools and their features, the more difficult it is to decide which one you need. So our advice is, do not start your RPA journey by studying the tool's features. Instead, focus on the problem you need to solve and see which tools offers a solution to it. However, you should also pay attention to these characteristics. Single platform architecture, AI capabilities of the tool, built-in analytics, ease of use, customer support, and availability of training. Next, RPA developers. Today's world moving towards automation, RPA being the key leader, this has definitely opened a lot of opportunities for the RPA developer. RPA developers of automation tasks with hands-on experience with top RPA tools such as UiPath, Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, and many more. RPA developers work for enterprises which are responsible for problem solving and designing the automation based on the need. Once the automation is designed and rolled into production, an RPA developer also needs to make sure that desired results are achieved. With such high responsibility, an RPA developer earns a whopping amount of approx 97,000 US dollars. Path to become an RPA developer. First, you need to learn to analyze business process and design automations around it. You also need to develop an understanding which processes can be automated. And then you can, apart from that, gain hands-on experience on the various tools available in the market. And then you can start implementing the automation designs which might have been created. Finally, you should be able to test your automations whether they are good to go or not. Here are the most important RPA skills that organizations look for. First, you need to understand how to analyze business requirements, and at the same time, you need to be very good in understanding the flow of control. You should have hands-on experience in RPA tools such as Blue Prism, UiPath, etc. You also need to understand how to integrate various components. At the same time, no or less coding skills are required. Next, future of RPA. There is no shortage of opinions about the future of RPA, how future of RPA will look. Judging the current state of robotic process automation and the latest trends in its development, we can predict several ways in which it will be developed. So what is the future of RPA? Smarter RPA complemented by AI, widespread adoption of automation, a convergence of digital and human workforces. And some of future trends in RPA are big data, IoT, machine learning, and NLP. Next, advantages and disadvantages of RPA. Advantages are cost reduction, fast results, flexibility and scalability, accuracy and quality, improved customer experience, new revenue stream creation potential, and data security and privacy. And the disadvantages of RPA are no innovative thinking, regular reconfiguration, lack of technical ability, and the technology is a sort expensive. And next, conclusion. Robotic process automation is a strong trend in the tech landscape, and most of the industries are looking for the automation of their repetitive works using RPA there will be a lot of cost saving, and also there will be an effective use of resources. RPA is the best methodology for making task automation. RPA involves intelligent automation ethos and must be part of the long-term journey for enterprises to complete business processes faster with better quality and at scale. Many companies are now experimenting in combining RPA with artificial intelligence solutions to create bots that can manage even more challenging tasks. All in all, RPA tools on their way to becoming the new standard in business process automation. Thanks to everyone for being so patient. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna, for giving such a beautiful and informative presentation. Now, if any of you participants have any questions or queries in your mind, then please unmute yourself and you can ask your doubts to Meghna.
We have a question in the chat from Gopi Kumar. Meghna, could you look forward for it?
There no need to learn any, we no need to learn any particular programming language for this. We just to have the experience of using the tools which are required for this process.
Basically what happens, Gopi, RPA is a, what we call it, a process automation system. So it can be built on the languages that you know, like the languages we are working currently, PHP and other scripts, they also can build it up. Python can also build it up, C++ can also build it up, and C# can also build it up. It's not based on the language. It's basically on the concepts and the tool. Right? So it's like you plan the whole system, how the business process will go, how the work will be done, the whole process, how will it be automated. So this is the basic structure. You build up the structure with any language and include it into the current system. That is what RPA looks like. It will be done through scripts, like a process automation.
One question. Could you explain, Meghna, how to use for desktop applications?
Can you
Desktop
be more
applications.
specific, Parmeshwar? Like what desktop
Yeah,
application?
UI automation, Blue Prism, those are some topics are there. Please, could you explain little more?
Those are the tools which you can use to build and the automation to conclude your needs or your tasks which you want to which you want.
They are like the screwdrivers to make the machine, and you fix the machine. They are the screwdrivers, the plus, maybe a tester, you can say. They are the tools. There is another question, Gopi, from Gopi. IoT and robotics is quite different. Okay. IoT is basically Internet of Things. And robotics is, if you just talk about the topic robotics, you can imagine the metal uh, things that walk around, maybe in Terminator or other movies. Those are robotics. In simple terms, we can take Samuel for example, or maybe Alexa for example, as program robotics. And in case of IoT, it's Internet of Things. It's like it's more of a service, right? It can't think. But in case of robotics, it can think in some cases if it is combined with AI and machine learning. But in case of IoT, it can't think. It can't take its own decisions. In case of robotics, you can say that, yeah, my robot can actually take the decision and do some job. Right? We are looking forward to in a future. We are going to a future where we will ask our robots to maybe cook food for us. So in that case, if I ask the robot to give thoda sa zyada salt or maybe thoda sa zyada sugar in my tea, so the robot will be able to understand and they will be able to do it. But in case of IoT, the IoT applications won't be able to do it because they don't have a brain. They don't have the structure built in them. They are just meant for the service. Let's say you want to, we get police cases, everyone, right? What do you call it? When we drive fast in the roads and stuff. Those are the things you can say they are connected through the IoT. So basically that is IoT, and in case of robotics, you can put a small brain into that. So that is the basic difference.
It was wonderful having you all over here, and we conduct these sessions weekly on every Tuesday. We will be very happy if you can be present every time at 6 o'clock on Tuesdays for having discussions on newer technologies and newer innovations every week. And this will be a very innovative as well as informative session for you all. You all can also contribute to the presentation. You can be a part of this presentation and you can be the speaker as well. You need to contact us on any of the platforms. We are there on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. So if you want to present anytime or give any feedback, we will be available over all the social media platforms. So yeah, that's about it. And you can also have internships with InfoView. Here we are working on live projects and you can bring in the ideas as well. We have a team of dedicated developers who will be working on those ideas and transforming those ideas into products. So yeah, you can be a part in any form with InfoView. So thank you for being here.